The first time do you still remember the first game that you played in the PBA?
First game, yeah.
Yeah, you still remember? When you played your first game in the PBA, did you already feel that, okay, I belong here. This is where I should be.
Did I feel like that?
Yeah?
I was probably, after the first game, I was probably so upset that we lost. I wasn't thinking about that probably, but yeah, I was probably in the zone thinking about, how we lost and playing against Asi Talava that game, my first game, and he beat us again. I was upset. Definitely.
That's the thing that you remember the most. You were upset at the end of your first game in the PBA.
Definitely. We lost to Asi, and Asi killed us. And
not the best way to start your PBA career, right?
No. But no, it was a good game.
It was a good game. You remember it being a good game.
Yeah.
Do you remember how fans responded to your style of play?
We actually, when I first got to the league, Terrence Romeo was crossing over everybody, and them seeing him crossing people up, and everybody's reaction, whoa, 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 crossing everybody. When I started to do it, it was the same thing. So definitely the crowd for crossovers, step backs and things like that, they were going crazy for.
Do you feel that energy when you would cross someone up, when you would break someone's ankles? Do you feel that energy from the crowd?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, do you actually hear them going, whoa?
Yeah, you kind of hear. I definitely hear.
Because I know athletes, you sort of block it out, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're one-on-one, you're isolated against some poor soul, and you bust out your moves, do you actually hear people reacting?
Yeah, no. If you hit somebody with a tough move, make the shot, you definitely, there's no way you can't hear it.
And how much do you enjoy hearing that reaction?
It actually gives you a little burst of energy, I think. It keeps you more motivated to keep going, because they're watching, everybody's locked in, and you just made a tough move. You want to keep the crowd going. And
then after the game, do you replay that in your head?
To an extent, depends on the next game. The next game is the next day, and I got to forget about it.
When people talk about, because you are playing in a PBA wherein you have other talented point guards. You've got Jason Castro, you've L.A. Tenor, Terrence Romeo, your former teammate. You've got Alex Cabagnot. You've got all these other talented point guards, and yet, when there's a discussion, when people are debating who's the best point guard in the PBA, you do know that you're not just part of the conversation, but there are actually people who are saying Stanley Pringle is the best point guard in the PBA. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. I know everybody has their opinion.
No, but you know that people there are.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying.
So, how does that make you feel when you actually have people debating, proposing that nope, Stanley Pringle is the best point guard?
I'm trying to be the best player I can be. Everybody's gonna have their opinion, but one thing that people have to know is everybody has a different situation. Everybody has a different team you play for. Your team, you might not need to showcase what people will call you the best. If they say you're the best because you score, maybe your team don't need you to score as much. So how can, it's hard to say. There's different situations, different players, and I think you just be the best player you can be. That's all I focus on.
What if I ask you straight up, Stanley, are you the best point guard in the PBA?
I would just say I have no thought about that.
You haven't thought about it?
No, I wouldn't have no thoughts.
Is that because it's not important to you to be considered the best?
Maybe because I'm not really playing for the labels, to be the best, or like I said, one day you could say this guy's the best player. Been playing 3 conferences straight, boom, again, he does it again. And now he's getting tired. His body's hurting. Now he needs to recover. Maybe take his conference off or recover. I think you just be the best player you can be is the best mentality to have.
If you got to choose, outside of Stanley Pringle, who would be that point guard in the PBA that has your absolute respect? Like that guy.
Everybody you just named.
Everyone.
Every single one.
You're just playing it safe.
No,
really. How much respect do you have for the other point guards in the league?
A lot of respect for them, because I know the grind and how hard they've been working. Everyone that you named, there's not one of them that's not working hard, and every other one too as well in the PBA. So they definitely have a lot of my respect.
So you're very busy now, crossing people up the PBA, and now you're crossing people up in the international game with the national team. And maybe fans are wondering, what's the long-term plan of a Stanley Pringle? I mean, once your playing days are done, it's way, way into the future. Mm-hmm. What do you plan to do? Will people expect to see you still in Manila?
You know, planning, honestly. I'm still planning to know what I'm going to do after basketball. That's a whole nother chapter I'm thinking about. But I'm going to let that time come when it comes.
Is winning a PBA championship part of that plan?
Definitely. It could be one of my plans.
Winning an MVP?
I'd probably say not.
Why not?
I mean, it's cool to be winning an MVP, but, you know, it's a team game. And, you know, I think winning a championship should be every player's main goal.
Bringing the Philippines to the World Cup?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Most definitely.
Did you ever think that playing for the Philippines would make up such a significant part of your life?
Once I seen, you know, the national team playing and, you know, the attention.
Did it shock you when the first time you played before a big home crowd? Did it shock you? Oh my gosh, like these guys really love basketball.
No, I was already told about it, but so when I actually got to see it, it was a bit shocking still.
Oh, you're still shocked by it?
Yeah, I was still shocked.
Like it's different when you're part of the crowd, and then it's different when you're actually there in the court, and you're the one making them say "wow."
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So it still shocked you.
It's still a shock.
Why? What was so stunning about it? Was it the number of people? Was it the passion that they would have in cheering for the Philippines? What was it?
I would say the passion. You know, just to always support, especially with our team. You know, our fans come win or lose. There's so many conferences we lost, and you know they're still supporting. So, just their support.
How would you describe your relationship with the fans, with your fans?
My relationship with my fans, like my number one fan right here.
What about?
Cry when they lost.
So your mom says she cries when you lose.
No, she didn't.
How disappointed are you when you lose? Like, are you the type you won't get to sleep? You won't get to eat?
Well, at first, when I was young, you know, I took it hard, and you still take it hard, but now it's more of a different approach to, you know, trying to learn from your mistakes.
And then ultimately, what is your basketball dream?
I'm living my dream right now. You know, being a professional basketball player. Past, you know, 8-9 years, living the dream right now. Dream come true.
And on that note, we'd like to thank Stanley Pringle for joining the score. Stanley, do you have a message for all your basketball fans?
To all the fans, I want to thank y'all for the support. Like I said, we're not done. We're going to still keep playing hard, and conference coming up soon.
Thank you very much, Stanley.
Thank
you for not making my job hard.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, mga kapamilya, for watching The Score. I'm Miko Halili, and we'll see you next time.